today.
Now, a bit unusually for us, we're going to have a bit of music. So we have this man is Paul Hardcastle, and if you were sort of, you know, where it was all happening in 1985, as I was.
And me.
Because I was only 25 then. And there was a hit in 1985, 30 years ago today, Paul Hardcastle.
Yes, it was 30.
And it was called?
19.
19. Well, it wasn't. It was like...
You do it very well,
19. That's what it was. Now, what you may not know is that 19 was about American soldiers who fought in Vietnam and suffered with post-traumatic stress disorder. Paul is now back on the 30th anniversary of the release of this record. It's a new version, so what we're going to do is listen to the old, listen to the new, and the new one, again, is to raise awareness for British service people with the same condition. Here we go.
In World War II, the average age of the combat soldier was 26. In Vietnam, he was 19. 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 19. Still fighting. Post-traumatic stress disorder. This is one legacy of war.
A voice in my head is saying, welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
That kid was only 19.
Do you have a preference, Paul, about which one gets the message over better?
I think the first one was more about American soldiers in Vietnam, you know, a long time ago. This one is basically now to do with British soldiers. And the fact is that this is sort of the thing that's still going on now. You know, all the wars have actually sort of ended, obviously, but this is something that's basically going to continue for ages. I mean, you're still getting people from the Falklands War. And you know what really drove me into this was the fact that in a lot of cases, more people have committed suicide coming back from war than actually killed out in the battle. And that was the one thing that made me think, wow. Because on the first one, it was the average age of the kids, only being 19. And the fact was, you know, you can't even get a drink in America till you're 21. So that was the first one. But this one, you know, seeing a statistic of that. And also, on speaking to Talking to Minds, the charity that we're doing this with, they were saying that out of every 2 soldiers, 1 of their partners will get it by proxy as well. So right. It's quite
every penny raised here goes to Talking to Minds.
Yes, that's correct.
Which is the charity involved. How heavily involved are you, and were you, in the original video and the video that we see today?
I did all of that one myself. I spoke to some people and I asked them what it's like to have PTSD. So, like, when you see in the video, you see the guy's face. I mean, I call it like almost like becoming a blancmange. That's what he said. You know, you're just basically like a jelly sometimes, what you see around you. So I tried to interpret what someone that's got PTSD would have in the video. So I think I prefer the second video, to be honest with you.
Does it actually sound like the original at all? Because to me that sounded, it seemed really different.
It is different, yeah. I mean, on the album there's 14 different mixes. This is the most relevant one. But, I mean, it's the same track, but just obviously bringing to the forefront the fact of PTSD, where on the first version it was about the kids being so young, only being 19. So that's where I've taken it.
See, where you're a rarity today, I mean, in the 70s it would have been an amazing thing, 60s and 70s, lots of campaigning sort of music. You don't get that so much nowadays. You're a bit of a rarity from that point of view.
Yeah, and I think what was quite strange about it, when I first took the record to Chrysalis Records to see if they wanted to put it out, they all looked at me as if I was like crazy, because is this, you know, sampling was just basically coming to the forefront at the time. And it was only one guy, it was Simon Fuller, who basically was working for Chrysalis. And he was like a junior A&R guy. And where everyone else said to me that we don't really want it, Simon said, I'll tell you what, I'll leave my job, I'll become your manager and let's see how we get on. And 6 weeks later, we was #1 in 13 different countries, and that's where he got the 19 management from. That 19 that you see there is all from that one.
And are you expecting this to chart well? Have you got any indication?
To be honest with you, we're not actually doing it for that. This is an album release, you know. I think chasing charts nowadays is not very good, because, you know, it doesn't really mean that much. It can be in the chart one week and out the next. So I've given up on really charts. Yeah. So that's not the important thing. It's the message for me to get this across to people.
Good luck with the message. It's out there now, and the album is called?
It's called the 30th Anniversary Remixes, and it's out. It came out this morning.
Good man. Congratulations. Good luck with it. And
thank you.
post-traumatic stress disorder on the up. We're back. We're talking about the news right after this.
Health niggles, we all have them. Daily ones, medicine ones, can't see the doctor ones.